Hello, Lake Deaton family and friends. Welcome again to our study of the Psalms this summer. We are just excited as we get our congregation that even through this coronavirus to plug into the Word of God and to be reading this book. I know that personally I have used the Psalms throughout my lifetime as prayers, beginning from Psalm 1 to Psalm 150, just using one a day to just make it a prayer to God. And the Psalms are easy to do that because some of them are laments for what is going on, and some of them are just praises to God. Some of them are asking questions of God, and it sort of reminds us that God can take it, that God is okay with us asking questions. And so the reading for today was Psalm 13 and 14 and 15. And in 15, David, the psalmist, says, who can enter, who is able to enter your temple? And depending on the version that you're using, he says, who can dwell in your holy hill? He who walks with integrity and works righteousness. I think that another version says, he who is blameless is the one that can enter into your court. And I find that intriguing because it says, who is blameless? And right there, humanity, we are disqualified because we are not blameless. In fact, every day I go to bed and I think, I review, I examine my heart, and I always, like David says, examine my heart, oh God, and see if there's anything in me. And oftentimes things will come for which I have to say, I'm sorry, Lord, or I'm sorry to someone else. And that's a good practice to daily ask for that forgiveness, that cleansing that of your heart. But it also reminded me of when I was a little girl and growing up in Honduras, that we had to wear uniforms to go to school. In Honduras, everybody, private or public, you have to wear a uniform. And that was for the protection of the students, because everybody recognizes a student anytime, anywhere. And I don't know if you've ever been in a place where you have to work or a school wearing a uniform. They are ideal for the daily question I now have to ask. Open my closet, and what am I going to wear? With a closet full of stuff, I can't for the life of me figure it out what I'm going to wear that day. When you have a uniform, there's no question, it's always there, except for when it's not ready, when it's not clean, when it's not ironed. And that happened to me a lot, especially in my teenage years, that I would go and it was just not ready. And so I had to find a shirt that looked like, but it wasn't the right one. And so whenever we did that, we had to bring a note home for our parents saying that we weren't wearing the right attire, and then we would get like 3 chances or something like that. But sometimes then we were disqualified from entering school, which to us may have been a good thing, but when we had to deal with our parents, it wasn't. And so but what amazes me about this question that David asked years before Jesus came into the picture, is that Jesus came to make humanity righteous, to impart his righteousness unto God's people. And because of the work that God provided through Jesus Christ, then we are able to enter God's presence. We become blameless, not because of our own righteousness, but because of Christ's righteousness imparted to us. And so I love when I read that, who can who can abide in my temple? And we can say, we can, because we are part of God's family. We have received righteousness, and in that we can enter any place, anywhere, anytime. The presence of God is with us and abides in us. And we can access that anytime that we have a need for God's presence. Is right there. So I hope that you will continue on your reading, learning, and you will continue growing in the knowledge of who God is for you. Blessings to you as you continue reading the Psalms, and I will see you later. God bless.